Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is July 4th, 2024. Market was closed due to Independence Day in US. However, futures market were open and we have some kind of like analysis for just indexes, crude, gold, silver, and Bitcoin. For sure, watch the video until the end because we will cover Bitcoin more than before. All right, so S&P 500, we just, as you see here, future market, very light volume. We are just forming bullish consolidation here for the last, I should say, final spike to the upside, potentially for a significant top here, folks. July 7th to July 21st is going to be the time that market will hit the top. And for sure, not for sure, I would say kind of like uh, this is based on my cycle, and my cycle is telling me that we're gonna have like a significant drop after that. So we can see a sharp sell-off, kind of like a lower high for another wave down, potentially for September, October. We are getting into kind of like the end of the season for the rally, I should say. Even July, August, that could be kind of like upside target, but upside targets are going to be very limited. And based on the market and cycles that I see, July is going to be the top for potentially the market, at least for the first half, and also for the next few months. We should see some kind of like a consolidation to the downside. So I don't see any higher high in August or even in September, October. Prior election, I should say, the higher high is going to be very less likely. It can happen, but it's going to be very less likely. I'm going to focus this for the next 2 weeks, because next 2 weeks is going to be kind of like a intermediate top for the market. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is a positive after hours futures market. We are kind of like getting into the area, the potential topping formation here. So we're seeing kind of like a very nice consolidation, potentially next 2 weeks, I should say, we should see some kind of like a significant top between 20,000 all the way up to 21,000. So that's going to be the area that I just looking at. Then after that, if we see a reversal, that's going to be a fantastic shorting opportunity, and we can get to the downside potentially to 18,000-ish. So that's going to be kind of like a 3,000, 2,500, 3,000 to the downside by, I should say, September, October. So even lower could be a possible scenario. But for the next 2 weeks, I'm kind of like a bullish, but I'm kind of like a scaling out for all of my, not all, but most of my positions. Moving on to US 30, which is Dow. Dow consolidating. This is kind of like a lagging, and this is one of the reasons that I'm just saying potentially we will see a Dow for the next 2-3 weeks. New all-time high, a nominal new all-time high could be a possible scenario, or kind of like a double top or triple top. Then we can see a downside in Dow is coming after that. Moving on to gold and precious metals. Gold just starting its move. I should say gold has kind of like a silver has a better position to go to new all-time high, but not new all-time high, higher high, but gold can go to new all-time high. Actually, it's just broken. Actually, this is not a good line, so let me just make it better. So this is kind of like the trend line that we see here. So we are kind of like establishing a kind of like a rally for the next 2 weeks to the upside. 2,500, even 2,600 can be kind of like the possible scenario for just a epic momentum. But after that, we should see a hard sell-off coming like the other markets as well. Moving on to silver, which is forming a very nice bullish consolidation bull flag. This is very, very bullish pattern. So silver's July 17, July 21st. We can see silver 34 to 35. So that's going to be on my radar right now to just scale out my silver mining positions as well. So when we get there, it's going to be a good significant top here for silver as well. Moving on to crude, which negative right now. Crude already, I believe, it is in top information, and we should see some kind of like a negative downside move potentially forming for next 2-3 days, and then it can go lower as well. So 61 to 65 is going to be a potential scenario by end of summer. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. So this is very, very important, folks. We are going to just cover Bitcoin more. Bitcoin, this is kind of like a bear flag, closing below this important pivotal point. Right now, Bitcoin is targeting this area. So right now, it's just rejecting here. This is kind of like a small flag limit, but I should say it can go lower, 48 to 52. If it gets back to 60, if it holds this important pivot, then we can give a bullish reading for Bitcoin. Otherwise, Bitcoin down the road could be into trouble and can go lower and lower. And this is kind of like an early sign for the market as well. Ethereum, the same. So Ethereum goes all the way down here to this important pivot. This wide range bar didn't help just because it didn't end up to higher high or new all-time high. So it's just going down, and it's just forming a double bottom here. If it holds this pivot, which is less likely, if you ask me, we are going targeting to 24 to 20 to 23, 22. So if it goes down, then if it pivots here, then it can go kind of like to this scenario. So everyone needs to keep an eye on this because Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're all in a potential drop, significant drop if they don't show anything. So this is kind of like a major um, update for these two. And I believe all the altcoins are into trouble right now. So we will see how it goes. All right, so this is kind of like a short and sweet video. We will have a